There are many celebratory days, such as graduations, coming-of-age ceremonies, birthdays, Christmas, New Year's, etc. Some of those days come annually and others come once in your lifetime. When I was young, I celebrated those days as well, but after I became 15, my perspective changed, and those celebratory days felt like any other normal day for a long time. I guess what influenced me to start thinking like this was my homestay family. You see, I went to New Zealand to study abroad by myself at the age of 15 and started living with a homestay family for 3 years. Although they were nice to me, I guess I always saw an invisible wall between us, so I couldn't perfectly open myself up to them. I mean, at the end of the day, I was living with strangers. I remember my host mother prepared sushi rolls that she bought from St. Pierre's Sushi for my birthday once, and although I appreciated that she did something for me, sushi rolls weren't really what I wanted for my birthday. But I pretended like it was exactly what I wanted, because if I said what I had felt at that moment, I would have been likely thought of as a little brat who doesn't know how to appreciate other people's kindness. It was like being in a relationship and your boyfriend or girlfriend gives you a gift that you're not interested in, but can't tell them how you actually feel, as you know that they would be upset with you because they tell you that they put so much effort into preparing the gift in the first place. They might tell you that they love you, but once you bring up different perspectives which they don't expect to hear from you, then they become upset with you for sharing those perspectives. It is because this kind of love is only conditional. It's like I only like you when you like me for what I do for you or how I treat you. And I expect you to do the same for me, and if you don't meet my expectations, then I think of you as a terrible person. I've experienced this kind of love in my homestay family, some of my past friendships and past relationships. To me, real love should be unconditional, and even if you don't get the outcome or reaction that you expected from someone, you shouldn't be upset with that person, because how others think or what they do is not something that you can control. I don't know how many times I've been told that I think like an emotionless robot or a machine, but this is just how I think about things. I went off track a little bit, but I realized that what made my past birthdays amazing was not the days themselves, but the people around me, like my family and friends. Without them, it just becomes a normal day, and I stopped celebrating those days as a coping mechanism not to get emotionally hurt about the fact that I didn't have people to celebrate the days with. However, this experience gave me a new perspective, which was to stop expecting those celebratory days to be more amazing than the other days, and to make my day-to-day living more fun than they were. Just think about it. If we expect that those celebratory days need to be more amazing than any other day, then it pressures us to have an amazing time on those specific days. And if they don't turn out to be as good as we expected, then we would get disappointed. On the other hand, if we focus on improving our day-to-day, there are so many areas to improve, and even if today doesn't go well, we can think about making tomorrow a better day, which seems to me that we have more control over in this scenario. In terms of my graduations and coming-of-age ceremony, I didn't celebrate them that much because I thought that I was just at the starting point of my life. When I finished high school, I wanted to go to university. When I finished university, I wanted to start working as soon as possible. So I made the decision not to celebrate those events that came once in my lifetime. I remember telling my parents not to come to my university graduation ceremony because I couldn't be bothered being a translator for them when they were in New Zealand because they don't speak English. But now that I think about it, the actual reason why I didn't want them to come to my graduation was that I still felt like I wasn't enough to celebrate it with them. In my mind, although I put a lot of effort into studying and passing assignments and exams, the opportunity to receive this education was given to me, and it was not something that I earned myself. I guess I just wanted to be seen as equal, and I wanted to be able to provide for people that matter in my life, because at the time, I just felt like I was someone who others need to keep looking after. Many years have passed since I was thinking like that, and I have experienced more and met some really amazing people. Now I can happily say that I have finally become ready to welcome those celebratory days in my life with the people whom I would like to share my time with from the bottom of my heart. I believe that we are the ones giving value to those days that are supposed to be seen as celebratory in society. So if we don't think of those days as more meaningful than the rest, then they simply become ordinary days, which happen to be my perspective. So I decided to treat every day as meaningful and tell others how much they mean to me, not because it's Thanksgiving, for instance, but because I feel like telling them that. Although I've been valuing every day like this for a long time, as I gained confidence within myself and thanks to the people that I have met along the way, I now appreciate the celebratory days because they gave me the reason and value to celebrate them. And it makes it exciting to celebrate the same thing when I'm with others that I cherish in this world.